You think I'll just let you go? You really don't understand me, do you? You don't understand the way your name sits on my tongue, like a command I can't disobey. You don't understand what it does to me when you pull away, when you pretend your absence won't rip something vital out of my chest. You think distance weakens me. No, it sharpens me. It makes me hunger for you with a precision so dangerous. Even I'm starting to feel the edge of it. You walk away like you're choosing freedom, but all I see is you walking straight into the storm that begins and ends with my veins. You don't get to vanish from me as if I won't notice the silence you leave behind. I hear every unspoken word you refuse to give me. I feel every step you take away from me like a blade dragged along my spine. You think I let you disappear. You underestimate the madness you've grown inside me. You act like you're protecting yourself by running, but you're only making me more certain, more relentless. You don't even know what I became the moment you entered my orbit. I stopped being a prince who rules by bloodline. I became a man who rules by obsession. And you're the reason the throne doesn't feel heavy anymore. You're the reason my hands tremble when they're empty. You're the reason I've forgotten how to breathe without a name to chase. You think your silence will teach me to detach, but all it teaches me is how deep I have to dig to reach you, how dark I'm willing to become, how far I will go just to hear one word from your mouth again. You think you can lock me out, but you forget I am the man who walked through fire long before I ever touched your shadow. You cannot scare me with distance. You cannot weaken me with fear. I am built for war, and loving you is the only war I ever chose willingly. You believe you're choosing peace by leaving, but I'm the only peace you ever had. You just don't see it yet. And maybe that's the cruel part. You don't know how safe you were in the storm of my arms. You don't know how dangerous the world becomes when you step outside what was meant to hold you. The world won't love you with my fury. It won't love you with my loyalty. It won't bleed for you the way I would tear my crown apart just to hear you say my name again. You're not in front of me right now, but I'm speaking to you like you're carved into the air, like your absence is a ghost I can grab by the throat. You think I'll calm down. You think I'll accept this distance. But you don't know what it does to me when you're gone. You think I'll let you go. No, I'll drag you back into my orbit, even if I have to burn through the entire world to reach the smallest whisper of you. You think I'm done with you. You think the story ends because you walked away, but you were mine the moment I looked at you, and people like me don't lose what's ours. Not by distance, not by silence, not by fear. I'll always find you, and the moment I do, you'll understand exactly why letting you go was never an option. You really don't understand the intensity with which your absence haunts me. You think silence weakens my grip, but it only fuels the fire that already burns too violently inside me. Every moment without you feels like a dare, like you're testing how far I'll go, how deep I'll descend, how dark I'm willing to become just to pull you back toward me. And trust me, I've never failed a challenge carved in your name. You have no idea how dangerous it is to awaken a man like me and then walk away as if nothing inside me has changed. You move away from me like you're choosing safety, but all you're choosing is the illusion of it. You don't even realize how deeply I watch you, how closely I memorize the shifts in your voice, the tremors in your breath, the way your silence stretches when you're scared of the way I feel for you. You can run, but I will always feel where you are, like a compass pulled by a force that has rewritten the laws I once ruled by. You're not just someone I want, you're the center of the world. I'm willing to destroy just to rebuild around you. You try to shut me out, to hide behind walls you think are thick enough to keep me at a distance. But you forget who I am. You forget the blood in my veins, the fire in my lineage, the hunger carved through generations of men who take what they love and protect it with a madness no one else understands. I am not a boy who falls in love gently. I am a prince who learns devotion like a weapon. And you, whether you like it or not, are the one weakness I would burn kingdoms for. You tell yourself that letting go is the right choice. That space will make me forget. But you don't understand how unforgettable you've become. I don't need your presence to feel you. I don't need your voice to hear you. You exist in every shadow my eyes touch, every breath that leaves my lips heavier than the last. You're not a memory I can outrun. You're a command written into my bones. And every time you pull away, that command only gets louder. You think leaving keeps you safe from the intensity you see in my eyes, but you don't realize that intensity is your safety. I would tear apart anyone who touches you with anything less than the reverence I bleed for you. You don't know how many nights I've stayed awake, imagining the world without you, and every single one ends in flames, not because I'm cruel, but because losing you is the one thing my heart, my mind, my very blood refuses to accept. You aren't in front of me right now, but that doesn't stop me from speaking to you like you're carved into the air around me. I can still feel your presence, even in your absence, like you're a ghost refusing to release me. And I don't want release. I don't want peace. I want the chaos of loving you, the war you ignite in me, the madness that sharpens every part of my soul when I even think of you. If you think distance will save you, you're wrong. If anything, it's what brings me closer. You imagine that choosing distance ends the story, but it doesn't. It never did. You became mine in a way that doesn't rely on proximity, silence, or time. You became the one thing I guard with a fury strong enough to bend fate itself. And one day, whether you're ready or not, you'll understand exactly why walking away was never enough to sever the tie you tied around my heart. I don't lose what's mine. Not without a fight the world isn't prepared to witness. You really think distance can dilute what's already carved too deep inside me. You think disappearing makes me weaker, but all it does is strip away whatever softness you once thought I had. Every second without you turns into a battlefield inside my mind. Every breath, a reminder that you're out there, somewhere pretending you can outrun a bond that was never meant to break. You don't understand the kind of storm you've created in me, the kind that doesn't stop simply because you stepped away. You've convinced yourself that silence protects you, but all it does is expose how much you still feel. If you were truly free of me, you wouldn't be trembling at the thought of my voice. You wouldn't be afraid of the way my name still sits on the edge of your heart. You're running not because you don't want me, but because you know exactly how dangerous it is to want me the way I want you. And yet, even now, you can't hide how much you're drawn back into the gravity. You pretend to escape. You try to shut me out as if I won't notice. But I feel your absence like a pulse under my skin. I feel the way your thoughts wander back to me, even when your feet carry you somewhere else. I feel the ache you try to bury. And that is why you'll never outrun this. You're tied to me in ways you don't dare admit. Not because I bound you, but because you did it yourself the day you let me see the real you. You think you're choosing peace by walking away, but peace was never meant for us. The connection between us was born in fire, sharpened by shadows, strengthened every time you pushed me away and I stepped closer. I don't need softness from you. I don't need easy. I don't need gentle. I need you exactly as you are, frightened of your own heart but unable to silence it. And you need me, even if the truth terrifies you. You believe the world will give you something safer, calmer, easier. But it won't. The world doesn't love you with devotion carved from flame. The world doesn't stay awake at night, replaying the sound of your breath like a vow. The world won't guard you the way I would, ruthlessly, fiercely without hesitation. You don't understand what it means for someone like me to choose someone like you. It isn't temporary. It isn't fragile. It isn't something you walk away from and expect to be left untouched. You're not in front of me, but that doesn't matter. I still speak to you like you're standing in the shadows beside me, like your breath is brushing the edge of my anger, like your heartbeat is right there waiting for mine to claim it. Again, the distance between us is nothing compared to the pull inside me. I don't need to see you to feel you. I don't need your voice to hear it. I don't need your presence to know exactly where you belong. You think the story ends because you turned your back, but stories like ours don't end. They pause, they stretch, they twist, they burn, and then they pull you straight back into the place you tried to escape. You can run, you can hide, you can wrap yourself in silence, but in the end, you will still feel me in every part of you that refuses to forget. I don't surrender what's mine, and whether you accept it or fight it, you know exactly where the gravity leads you. Back to me. Every time you keep pretending that distance will break the pull between us, but all it does is expose how deeply this bond is carved into you. You can run, but your footsteps still echo in my chest. You hide behind silence, hoping it will cut the thread tying you to me, but it only tightens it. Every hour you spend away from me fuels something darker, something sharper, something that grows more certain that you were never meant to slip out of my hands in the first place. You tell yourself you're safer far from me, but you forget what the world looks like without my shadow covering you. You forget how quickly people turn, how easily they hurt what they can't understand. You think you'll find freedom out there, but all you'll find is a world that will never protect you the way my obsession does. My presence may haunt you, but it's the only thing that has ever shielded you completely. And you know that. You feel it, even now, even while you try to deny it. You think I don't feel the tremor in you, the war between your fear and your longing, but I do. I always have. I know the way your breath stumbles when you think of me, the way your heartbeat betrays you, the way your thoughts drift toward me, no matter how far you run. You've convinced yourself that distance will kill the fire, but you don't realize that you're the one feeding it with every unspoken feeling you're terrified to admit. You imagine I'll eventually soften, forget that, let go, but that's not who I am. I'm the kind of man who doesn't unlove, who doesn't unsee, who doesn't unfeel. Once someone becomes mine, they stay etched into my bones. You carved your place in me the moment your eyes met mine. You think you can erase that. You think time can dull it. No, time only fuels it. Time only sharpens what already burns too fiercely. You act like leaving makes you strong, like turning away gives you control. But the truth is, you didn't walk away. You ran, and not from me, but from yourself, from the way your soul recognized mine too fast, from the way your heart leaned toward me before you even understood why. You're terrified of the depth, the danger, the intensity, but you're even more terrified of how natural it felt, how right, how inevitable. You're not standing in front of me, yet I can still feel you like a shadow pressed against my spine. Your absence is loud. It moves through the air like a ghost that refuses to leave. I speak to you, because you hear me even when you pretend not to. You feel me even when your hands are empty. And no amount of distance can silence the bond you swore you didn't want but still cradle inside your chest. You think walking away ends the connection, but all it does is delay the truth. You can fight it, deny it, bury it, but in the end, you will still be drawn back to me with the same force that terrified you in the first place. Because what ties us together isn't something I created, it's something fate carved long before you ever breathed my name, and you know it. Even now, even in your silence, even in your distance, you will find your way back, because people like us don't break, we return every